All right. Windrose in October. Where are they playing? I had food earlier today, yeah. I had a bit of food. I had water. I just feel weird. I guess it's just because it's like kind of my first time properly sitting down. Like I sat down when I had food, but sitting down for this long for streaming, I don't know. I guess all the blood's just in my legs. It's all gone. It isn't evenly distributed. All right, we gotta go Azir. Let's do Azir. Yeah, we gotta do an Azir game. Budapest. Okay, well, I'm certainly not going to that one. If I wasn't in the event and there were any bands locally, I maybe would go check them out, but I think during this event, I think Windrose was actually here during the support-a-thon. I think Trollfest was here. I believe Insephirum was here. Ailstorm, I think, came through. The Dread crew of Oddwood, I think, came through. There's a few bands. I saw Windrose and bought the Mini. That's cool. I know those guys put out a Mini. That's awesome. How much was the Mini? Like 20
Attorney
bucks?
Skin.
Attorney. Listen, you have to use your chat currency to redeem a skin. 50,000. Why would I ever do a collab with Mr. Beast? What? You know what I would do a collab with? 20? It was probably 20. I would do a collab with Windrose on the second channel, and I would do a collab with, like, Ye Banished for the main channel. That'd be cool. Or, like, Ailstorm or something. I was invited to, I got invited to, it was an Ailstorm concert. I was invited by, Captain Yarface. The guy of Remohoy, the lead singer. He's like, oh, you come down, we'll bring you backstage, yeah.
Tobias X Mr. Beast Feast Tables XXXXXXXL edition Tobias Fate.
Oops. I couldn't have gone. The worst thing about it, Fat edition. The worst thing about it was I was invited the day that I left Montreal where they were playing. Which was a very big inconvenience. Yeah. Like, we were on a train when I got invited. Yeah, it was very, very unfortunate.
I only know your collab with Necrit.
I did one with Necrit. I don't really do collabs. It's not that I don't like people, but I think for the sake of the content, I'm not sure. Because we did one with Dumbs recently. I did one with, Necrit, we did one with Magikarp. With Mochi! God of War, not yet, no. Collabs are cool. There's a lot of things I do want to do content-wise, but, like, you know what? It's such an interesting thing. I don't think stream content is hard, but I think when it comes to creating your own original content, things that you enjoy and that you hope other people enjoy, it is hard. It's hard to think about. At least from, like, a business standpoint. Because if you're a content creator, if it is your livelihood, you have to hope that it sticks the landing. You have to hope that what you're producing will allow you to do it for a living. Like, I'm sure it's pretty stressful for a lot of people who do that stuff. And again, it's mainly for the YouTube side of things, not Twitch. Twitch is different. Twitch is just, I get on, do my thing, let's play games, do this, that's fine. But when it comes to YouTube, it's really hard. I actually feel bad for some YouTubers because it's so probably, it's just so stressful, I would imagine. Anything from like conceptualizing to writing the script to figuring out all the edits and everything if you do it yourself, like that is, you have to be a bit of a visionary for sure. And then you hope it sticks, you hope it lands.
Minions have spawned.
We're 6 months away from God of War. Well, tomorrow we're back to Baldur's Gate. Mario games, not really. Whatever, I'll say this. You know what, I'm gonna say this. Never say never. Would I ever play a Mario game? Probably. I've played, Mario on, like, the 64. I played that Super Mario game where you go through, like, the mirror. Whatever that one was. I played that one. I played the one where you, where it's 2D. If there was ever a console that was, like, the least appealing thing surface level, it would be Nintendo. Any sort of Nintendo console, for me, is the least appealing thing out there. There's something about it that I just don't care for. And it's not that it's bad, but it just doesn't seem like my cup of tea. And again, never say never. We got a PlayStation, and we've played PlayStation 5 games. Things that I've never thought of playing ever, and they were fun. So, you know, things could be...
Would you ever play a game with viewers? Mods maybe?
Yeah.
Like use your words or something?
Could do that. You know, at one point we did do that with, like, the Thing video game, which was fun. Again, these are all things that you'd have to plan and maybe do, like, once a week or something. For the sake of the event and every game going on, I do kind of want to stick to just what's on the list, outside of, like, League, or maybe Street Fighter, Dawn of War. The very basic things that we've always done, but any sort of other game, it won't be anytime soon.
Everyone pays!
We need to get Tobias to buy a Wii so we can watch him the masterpiece that is Super Smash Bros. Brawl campaign aka Subspace Emissary.
Really? What? I actually had a Wii when it first came out. I had a Wii, I think it was day one for Christmas. Which was cool. That's an old console. Did Nintendo ever do anything with, like, motion controls again, or was the Wii kind of, like, the final... The first and only thing they did? We're still finishing the games, yeah. The Switch? Oh, you're right, the Switch has motion controls. How do I not know that? Right. AVP 2010. That would be cool too, yeah. You know, there's a lot of games that I'd like to play with viewers, but again, the event 100% has priority over stuff like that. But eventually, you know, it would be cool to play The Thing, AVP, I mean, fuck, go back and play Monday Night Combat, weird games. League of Legends ARAM games, if you could ever get the Bilgewater map on repeat, that'd be cool. Fuck! God damn! Well, let's go B. Whoops. No BG3 today, tomorrow. It's the 2010 AVP game, yeah. I used to be a pro player at that game. I used to be an online pro player. Top tier. Best in the world. I was the best Marine player on that game. And my team was disqualified because I was Canadian. The final tournament, the big grand tournament of that game that Sega hosted, my team made it to the finals, and not only did the enemy team dispute that I was apparently using a modded controller, but then they also found out that I was Canadian, and they disqualified me. Which, in regards to that, I'll take the blame on that one, because they're like, US people only. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean US people only? I'm just playing the game. So, to be fair, that's different. I'll take the blame on that one, but, like, the fact that I was kicked out of the finals because they thought that I had a modded controller is ridiculous. That's insane. But for the sake of, like, where are you from? This is for Americans only. I guess I was Canadian, so whoops. Still kind of dumb, though, but whatever. Hey, Woander, you're good, bro. We've been a little bit inconsistent as of late because we've got so many IRL things going on, but we're wrapping them up, so it's good. Nice. Oh my god, the farm is so bad. So bad. Yikes. Okay.
Would love to see you play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
I'll say this. If the event ends up moving on further, maybe I'll put a Switch and a bunch of games in as one of the things. That would be something. Isn't Switch 2 kind of shit? Isn't it kind of garbage? Switch 2 is not very good. Like, what even is on the Switch 2? Is it even worth buying? It's expensive. Well, can you play the OGs on the Switch? Ivana loves and plays anything like Nintendo. Mostly Zelda. Switch 2 feels like Overwatch 2. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think there's a reason to buy Switch 2. I could be wrong. Fuck! I don't think I'd emulate them. I think Ivana does, but for the sake of streaming, it'd have to be, official. Shuriman Shuffle! Well, we'll see. I think the only... So what about Xbox? What about Xbox? I want you right now to type in the Xbox exclusives that if we were to buy an Xbox, what would the exclusives be? What would you get? Because I have no fucking clue. PlayStation seems pretty good. Bloodborne, Demon's Souls, Uncharted, shit like that. What is Xbox? Gears of War and Halo. Those are pretty good, though. Oh, yeah, that's right. Aren't they also going to PC? What the hell? I believe they are going to PC, so there's kind of no point. We already have Halo locked in anyways, so...
Everything available to Xbox is also available on PC.
Exactly. So yeah, there's no point. So the only other exclusive console that we'd have to buy to play the games on would be Switch. Because we play on PlayStation. We have a PlayStation 5. And PS5 is cool. I actually thought I wouldn't care too much about PS5, but to be honest, I'm glad we got one. And I'm glad people enjoyed it, because Wukong was fun, Bloodborne was fun. We'll throw a bunch of other games on the PlayStation as well, most likely, so that's cool. Death Stranding 2 was awesome. What is my baby? Fuck. Alright, not bad. We played Bloodborne on stream, yeah. Song requests are on if you have any. That's fine, yeah. I'm just gonna keep putting on songs I like, but...
Turret plating will fall soon.
I've played Hollow Knight, but we never beat it. I did see that the sequel was announced. It was really early in the event, and we weren't really doing any tiers, and someone just donated money and said, play Hollow Knight, and I said, okay. And, it was when we were spamming League so much that we eventually just kind of stopped doing Variety, and then eventually went back to Variety. So I do want to finish it eventually, but right now we have to get through Baldur's Gate first, but it is still on the list, because that person... Technically, I didn't have to say yes, but I did. But they threw money at me, and they're like, you gotta play Hollow Knight. And I'm like, okay. It wasn't something I had planned on doing, but I liked it for what it was. It was fun. It was challenging, too. So, yeah, we're gonna... It's still on the list of things to do, but right now I want to get through the other stuff first.
Here is 1 cent. Now play Hello Kitty Island Adventure XDX.
Hell no, brother. Hell no. That should be $20, not $5. It is hard, though. Hollow Knight's a tough game. I liked it for what it was. I think the problem with Hollow Knight was I kept getting lost. I think it was maybe one of my concerns.
Can you cue Bruma from Mo, please? Thank you.
Shit! I could do that, sir. Aka, thank you, man, for the 500 bits. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you. Mol. There you are. Thank you. This stream is sponsored by Fentanyl. Don't do drugs. Well, yeah, now that we've played through all the Souls games, to be honest, well, Hollow Knight was one of those games where we weren't really familiar with variety gaming, and that was one of the first games we played, and for the scale of it, it was a little bit confusing. But you're right, we've played every Souls game, we've played big open world games, you know, lots of backtracking and shit like that, so I don't think it'd be too complicated now. We played Pathologic, of all things. That's another one. I'll donate subs for Hollow Fentanyl. Well, Hollow Knight's gonna happen regardless. That's already been locked in. What the fuck? Okay. I mean, to be fair, he is pretty fed.
An enemy has been slain.
Just wanted to thank you. Hey, you're good, sir. D-Shield fleet footwork is like a very standard, very consistent thing.
Your team has
The song is Bruma by Mol. B-R-U-M-A by M-O-L. Kind of reminds me of Windier. A little bit. Ah! He can't move! Get him! What language is this? What language is this? Lol. Jesus. Was it Danish? Nice.
An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Look at him go! God damn! Okay. Holy shit, I'm gone. Birdman is out. You know what's crazy? This is actually a good Azir game. Ah! Never mind. Bro, how is she fast? Jesus. I mean, Yumi's actually got full damage. Not that that matters, but... Was it the ultimate? Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. Release date differential. That was Azir at one point. Remember when Azir was so disgusting? He was release date differential. Not bad, sir. That kind of reminded me of Windier. I don't know if you know Windier. It's like Norwegian black metal, I believe. I don't know why. Like, kind of not really sounds like them, but I don't know, man. It's like, I don't think it's very close, but for me, mentally reminiscent. I wouldn't pay 11 bucks if it wasn't a banger. No, it's not bad, man. I've tried to, you know, for the longest time, I had gotten out of, like, heavier music. Like, black metal, death metal, shit like that, doom. I think for the longest time on stream, we've been really into, like, power metal, folk metal, stuff like that. But I'm kind of getting back into the louder stuff a little bit. I used to listen to that shit all throughout high school. That was mainly it. What a dog shit fucking tower. Never mind. Metalcore. Well, you know what? Things happen periodically. Well, I'm not sure how good Azir is in higher elo because you technically have to play for earlier spikes, but yeah, I mean, yeah, for me it was a lot of death metal in high school, black metal, whatever. What was the other stuff? I don't know, just a variety of things actually, but yeah, for the sake of streaming and what we've usually listened to on stream, I don't really play the older stuff that I, like, 100% grew up with. Still love all the music, but it's weird that these things are kind of, like, suppressed in your brain. You know, something's gonna happen in your life that'll awaken, like, a certain music taste that you once had. I don't know what it was for me recently, but, like, I don't know. Maybe finding all of my older shit. Maybe that's why. Good lord. I had an iPod, yeah. I think I had a Shuffle and a Mini or some shit like that, whatever came after the Shuffle. The first thing I ended up having when everyone had iPods, though, was I used to bring my CD player into school, my little, like, CD player Walkman thing, and I would listen to it with my Walmart headphones. When everyone had phones and everyone had, like, iPods and shit like that, that was my jam. I was very behind on technology. Like, I didn't grow up with too much money outside of, like, allowance and stuff like that. And then on my birthday, my dad would show up for child support, which was lovely. But yeah, for the sake of music and stuff like that, it was always CD players. And then eventually the Shuffle, and then eventually whatever came after that, I believe. Yeah. So that was cool. That was cool. Old man. I don't know, it was cheap. It was fun. I amassed so many CDs that I would bring them in and listen to something new every day. The convenience of Spotify, though, is insane. It took me so long to be a convert from, like, iTunes to Spotify. Because I used to use iTunes profusely for all my music. I would buy music and then download it to iTunes. And eventually it just got way too much. Hundreds of CDs, whatever it may be. And then you're like, you know what? Spotify is pretty nice. Spotify is quite nice. I still like supporting bands, and I still like buying physical media, but it's hard to justify so much music now. I can't even display my CDs. Like, fuck, they were in bins for 6 years at this point. What made you start streaming back then? I was coaching people on TF. I made Master Tier when it first came out, playing Twisted Fate in every lane and every role. And basically Phil. And I'm like, you know what? If you want to learn some TF, I will teach you. And my computer was so bad at the time. It wasn't even a PC, it was a laptop. Ow! And people would come to my stream, and they would ask for gameplay, and I'd be like, my PC is so terrible, I can't play games, I'm sorry. And so I'd just answer questions, and there was maybe like one person in there talking to me. Damn. Okay. Like, I could play games off stream, but I could never stream them.
Tobias, we have to cook Fent.
I hope not. That's a crime, sir. Morjack the Beast, probably Season 3. Season 3, Season 4. Fent sub goal. What even is the current sub goal? I don't even know. This could be. How much for the Fent run? What even is that? Challenger Fent run? I have to do copious amounts of drugs and get Challenger at the same time and not die on stream? Oh, the current one is the Halloween Bonanza. Right. The Halloween Game Gauntlet. That's what it was. There you go. Sorry, one sec. Money. The pirate ship. That was a long time ago. It was eons ago when we were young. Juice, hello, sir. 97 hours, the stream might end in September. September is September, and I'm kind of wrapping up a lot of the problems we have currently. A lot of the, IRL things with family and just my living conditions. My space. I'm griefing. I'm griefing. Look how useless my tower is. It doesn't even do anything! It doesn't do anything! Holy fucking uselessness. The cabbage guy. Cabbage guy? That was so long ago, man. I think he may have passed away. He was an old man. Maybe, I mean, I don't want to promise anything outside of what's on the list. That's all I want to promise. Because I can't decide the future. I can't decide what games we're going to play and what we're not going to play. The list is absolute. Whatever is on the list is getting done. That I can promise you, 100%. Everything else, I don't want to say yes, because if we can't do it, you know what I mean? Like, the list is good. So we'll see about Silk Song and all these other games down the line, but you know, never say never. We're finishing all the variety games. Whatever has been locked in by everyone's insane generosity is still being done, 100%. I'm not going anywhere. Buddy, you have me for life. I will be a streamer for life. I enjoy it here. I enjoy everyone's company. I have fun playing games. It's cool talking to you guys. I have no plans to go anywhere. So, whether or not we're busy IRL right now or able to sit down and just play games all day, I'm going to be here. But the goal is to sit down and play games all day. That's the goal. I'll be here, buddy. Yes, sir. Well, I left information in Discord, but we don't know in terms of when we're moving or where we're moving to, but it'll most likely be next year. Ooh.
Where is the French male stripper duo Q nowadays? When was the last time you talked to him?
Years ago. Years and years and years and years ago. You know, speaking of talking to older people, I was talking to my mom recently. I don't mean that in a rude way. You know, she is older, though. But she tried to get in contact with people I had grown up with, my stepbrothers. Ah! And I haven't talked to those guys in ages. So, I wonder if they're going to come around. I have no clue. The older you get, the more you want to try and reconnect with your past. If it was a pleasant past. Like, I don't have friends. I don't have people I talk to outside of everyone on the internet. I talk to Ivana, I talk to my family, I talk to Mochi, but a lot of my friends that I had growing up in person have all moved on. All my stepbrothers, they're gone. My best friend I tried to contact, he never gotten, like, back to me on Facebook. Kind of a weird interaction with that one, but it's cool to go back and, you know, talk to the people that you grew up with, right? Reconnect with them. Everyone goes their separate ways after school, you know. I understand, I get it. Everyone who doesn't use Facebook? Facebook's goated. Am I moving to the pirate ship? There ain't no water here worth sailing. You know, unironically, Trick might be more of a pirate than me. That guy lived on a boat. But he was from Florida. He actually lived on a boat in Florida. He streamed from a boat. God damn! God damn! All right, not bad. My Azir isn't so bad. Look at that. It's a pretty fucking good Azir game. You know, maybe it's my build. Maybe the build was good. I have no clue. I miss when you and Trick were good at the game. Okay, as if we're not good still. There is a difference in Bing chilling and tryharding. It doesn't mean we're trash. It means we're Bing chilling. Nice. That was a good Azir game. Actually worthy. Actually worthy of being taken off the list. That was good. Alright, Azir game down to 343. Nope. Look at that. My damage was kind of shit, though, eh?
At editors,
maybe
this
not.
Azir game was a tuber FRFR.
I said a tuber in it, bruv. Alright, let's do a few Street Fighters.